When life gets unpredictable, preparation matters. In medicine, it's all about staying alert, ready for whatever comes through the door. On the road, it's no different. That's why Volvo designs vehicles to help anticipate risk, reduce harm, and protect lives. The Volvo XC90's advanced safety systems inspire confident decisions wherever the road takes you. The Volvo XC90, for life. Proud sponsor of the Pit Podcast. Learn more at volvocars.ca/safety.
Well, Loto-Quebec is ramping things back up as Quebec tries to reopen. One of the things reopening this week, casinos. With more on this, let's go to Patrice Lavoie, spokesperson and corporate director of public affairs and media with Loto-Quebec. Hi, Patrice.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm doing very well. Loto-Quebec, there's a lot of things happening for Loto-Quebec. One of those things is the casino. And,
Yes, there is.
I got to say, Patrice, when I think of priorities, obviously down the list is the casinos, right? Now,
that's maybe why we have been let's say one of the last establishment to be reopened. Like we stayed closed for more than 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that was the opinion of a lot of people.
Of course, and at the same time, obviously on social media we see images from like Las Vegas, right, where the casinos, they had like zero restrictions in place. That is clearly not the strategy for Loto-Quebec and its casinos. So can you take our listeners through what the new experience will be at one of your casinos to keep it safe while letting people have a little bit of fun?
Yeah, you said it right. That is not our strategy at all, because it's going to be really, really safe now to enter one of our casinos or one of our gaming halls. We have put in place a lot of new measures. It's going to be a lot more different. If you think that you're going to enter a casino or a gaming hall and see the same experience that you had before, think again, because it's not going to be the same thing. First, you now have to book a visit online before accessing any of our one of our establishments. Mm-hmm. And when you enter, it's going to be a lot more different. Of course, you're going to have to sanitize your hand, follow a guided path, but it's also going to be different on the gaming areas. Only 33% of our slot machines will be in operations, and only about 20% of our gaming tables. So visitors won't be able to touch any of the chips or any of the cards. So only the blackjack and the baccarat and the roulette will be offered to our customers. And also when you enter, we are going to ask you to not touch the slot machine. So you will be given kind of a stylus pen with a rubber tip at the end to prevent you from touching the slot machine.
Really? Okay. So it's not even hands-on with the slot machines.
No,
Patrice,
we go that far just to make sure that the customers and our employees will be safe. And of course, like in a lot of places now, mask will be mandatory for our guests, but also for our employees. So you're going to have to wear a mask when you enter one of our establishments.
I've seen some photos of how the casinos will look like, and in one word, plexiglass. Lots and lots of plexiglass on the tables. Can you take us through that undertaking? Like because casino tables not like other tables, right? So everything's got to be probably custom built for your areas. What kind of work was necessary to get the tables, the blackjack tables, ready for this kind of thing?
Yes, of course we had to make everything from we couldn't buy the plexiglass at the local Home Depot. We have to make that made to measure. And usually it's 7 or 8 people at a table, at a gaming table. Now it's going to be only 3 people, and there's going to be a plexiglass in between the players and also in between the players and the dealer. So we had to do that. Same thing with our cashier. Now, when you have to cash your money if you win at one of our slot machine or at a gaming table, there's going to be also a plexiglass in between the cashier and yourself. And yes, of course, the rest is Like you see everything else, like the bathrooms, you're going to have to wait in line. You're going to have to make sure to respect every time 2 meters distance between each of the player, and there's also a limit of the number of visitors that will be accepted in every of our establishment. In our smaller casinos and gaming hall, the maximum limit will be 250 people, and at the Casino du Lac-Lémy, it's going to be, since it's a little bit bigger, it's going to be a maximum of 1,000 people at the same time. And at the Montreal Casino, that will be opening on August 3rd, there will be a maximum of 1,500 people. Sorry.
So, Patrice,
so it's going to be different, yeah.
But I have to ask you, when you add all those things in, the increased costs of the plexiglass and other safety measures, the fact that you only have 33% of your slots, that you've got 20% of your tables, that you have less capacity people have to reserve. The goal of a casino, I've been told, is to take money and make money, right? So how do you do that because if you have all of these parameters you have to follow, how at the end of the day is Loto-Quebec making a profit here?
Well, we have said really publicly that we are opening. We had to have a day first. If I may explain myself like this, of course, at the beginning, there's going to be less people. We have to make sure that we adjust our operations, and there's going to be adjustment even for us, even for employees. So we're starting slow, and we'll see if the measures from the gouvernement and santé publique are being lowered or something of within the next few weeks. We're going to adjust, but right now you're right, we're not going to have that many people, and we are totally aware of that. But the point was, we're going to open, we're going to place the bet that it's going to be well, that the customers will be here, that they will accept the new procedures, and they will still have fun, because yes, we have a lot of measures, but at the same time, at the end of the day, it's a casino, so it has to remain fun for them, and then we'll see. But at the beginning, it's you said it, it's going to be, I'm not saying that we are going to lose money, of course, because we are opening with certain criteria, but it's not going to be for sure it's not going to be as more money for the government, and at the end of the year, that's for sure.
Patrice,
because of this, and also because we've been closed for 4 months before, so of course we're not going to be given the same money to the government this year. That's for sure.
Patrice, before I let you go here, just for the Montreal Casino, I think you mentioned it, August 3rd is the day that you'll reopen. What about, is there reduced opening days? Is it every day of the week? What about opening hours? Is there anything different there that we should know?
Yeah, for the Montreal Casino, we're going to be closed from 3 a.m. to 9 a.m. next day, because we have to sanitize and clean the whole place. It's going to be open 7 days a week, but instead of being open 24 hours, it's going to be open from 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. I think it's 3 a.m. until 9 a.m. the next day.
All right, Patrice, thank you very much for taking the time and joining us. It's a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Patrice Lavoie is Corporate Director of Public Affairs and Media for Loto-Quebec.